To the issue of the plight of the Tamil people through different experiences. My experience was one of my constituents who was a good friend, went back to visit his family and was one of those who disappeared. And that's become a common occurrence over the period. And tonight we're commemorating with sadness basically the acts of barbarity that were perpetrated against the Tamil people themselves. And we do so, I think, with a sense of anguish, because there is, I suppose, the lack of movement has been one of the major problems that we've faced. 10 years ago, when we were out in Parliament Square, when there were large numbers of people turning up to expose what was happening, we had a set of demands which we believe, would try and find some form of truth and justice for the future. And to be frank, that we haven't achieved either the truth or the justice of what's happened and what the experiences have been since then. We highlighted the barbarity of some of the acts of the Sri Lankan government, and we emphasised issues like the disappearances, and we emphasised the scale of the numbers who lost their lives, the torture that had taken place, and then after that, the whole process of the settlement into Tamil areas to change the demographics of particular areas as well. And since then, we've had consistent use of prevention of terrorism legislation, which has been used rather to prevent terrorism, to harass the Tamil community. And I suppose tonight is about commemoration, we say in sadness, but it was also about a renewal of the commitment that we need to ensure that we do achieve truth and justice. And I have to say, it might be contentious, part of that element of justice is the recognition of the rights of people to self-determination as well, to make sure that people understand what the Tamil community has faced, but also what they want for their future and how they need to be the people who will decide their future as well. So last night was a catch-up meeting, because over the years there's been a number of MPs who we've worked together on this particular issue and tried to be the voice of the Tamil community in Parliament in representation to government ministers, etc. So yesterday I was trying to just have a catch-up on where we were at. And I suppose what was shocking was to hear basically that even the recent terrorist attack is now being used partially as an excuse as well to harass the Tamil community even further. The fact that even in this country now, demonstrators from the Tamil community have been arrested, not charged, arrested, and then subsequently released. The fact that even journalists who report on Tamil affairs, it's still not safe for them to go back to Sri Lanka itself. And that anyone, and it's particularly a concern that was raised yesterday from young people, that anyone associated with the cause of Tamil freedom and justice, and then get decried as being associated with terrorism, and that's used in some ways to silence people as well. Well, I suppose tonight is about commemoration, it's also about a dedication for the future as well. And let me say this. Jeremy's most probably said this, and I'll repeat it: we will not cease, in terms of the Labour Party, our commitment or activities until we receive justice for the Tamil people. We will not end our commitment until we see the truth that's emerged. And we've argued time and time again about the role of the UN in this, in terms of making sure that there is a proper investigation, there aren't the delays, that the Sri Lankan government is forced to comply rather than continuously delay and delay before we actually achieve the truth of what's going on. But in addition to that, we will not cease to support the Tamil community in their desire and their campaigns now to have the legislation that's being used against them at the moment until that's repealed, so that there is freedom. In addition to that, it is about making sure that, yes, we do discover what happened to those thousands. I heard yesterday, and one of the activists actually suddenly appeared in the last couple of weeks, had been in secret detention over the years. How many more are in secret detention that we don't know about? And also there are many families still who want to know what happened to their loved ones, even just to discover what happened to the bodies as well. So I just give that commitment. We will not seek our commitment. No, we will not cease our activities. We will not cease in terms of our political commitment to the Tamil community until we get that peace and justice. Now, we don't know when the next general election will come. Soon, I hope. But when we go into government, we've made this commitment and we'll maintain it. And when we go into government, we'll use every opportunity we can to raise the issues about the Tamil community and how they've been treated and what their future should be. But also we'll use every lever of power we possibly can to ensure that we bring the Sri Lankan government to some form of adherence to basic human rights and basic commitment to democracy. And that does mean also working with our international partners, to the various national and global bodies that we can, to ensure that the UK becomes a leading light in securing justice for the Tamil people as a result of the international pressure that we can bring to bear. We give that commitment, and we gave it. Jeremy and I gave it when we were on the back benches and there was no prospect of us holding office in government. Now we've got the real potential of going into government, and we can translate what were those words into real actions in government, and make sure, as I say, that we use what positions we can to secure that justice that we need. In the Tamil community within my area, people bear the scars of what went on still. About what happened to their families, their extended families. And they have a real sense, and I share it, of that anguish but also anger about the injustices that took place. And we will never ever retreat from the support that we give, and we will never ever let you down in this respect.